Welcome back, friends and fellow meat enthusiasts. Today we did some Italian food. I'm going to show you how to do it. We made some delicious chicken cutlets, some fresh pesto, and a big pot of red sauce. What we did was we took our boneless beef short ribs, some beef short ribs, and actually a Boston butt. We cut it all up. We're going to take you through the whole process and show you how to put it in there and really incorporate a lot of that flavor into the sauce. Here we go. So here we have a boneless Boston butt. The bone's already been removed, so all we got to do is cut it into boneless country style ribs. And then we're going to throw it into our tomato sauce. Here's the pork collar, best part of the Boston butt. Just like separating this stuff out. Trim off a little of the excess fat here. Some fat's okay. It's going to flavor the sauce real nice. Easiest way, I like cutting them about 1.25 inches all the way down, and then either splitting them or cutting them into thirds depending on how big you want to go. There's our country style ribs for our sauce. We're going to do some chicken cutlets. I've got some chicken breast here. I'm just going to slice them real thin. Nice little trick. Put these in the freezer to stiffen just a little bit, and you can get them a little bit thinner. Out of our 3 chicken breasts, we got about 13.5 cutlets. If you have a hard time getting them that thin, you can always pound them out with a mallet. Let's make some homemade pesto. We're going to start with 4 cups of fresh parsley, 1.5 cups of Parmesan, a cup of walnut pieces, 4 large cloves of garlic, half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of pepper, and 1 cup of olive oil. First, we put our parsley in our food processor, and everybody's food processor is different, but you want to make sure you get it pushed down in there because this wants to expand. It wants to take up a lot of space, but it's really going to get condensed when we process it. Next, we put in our Parmesan. Take your walnut pieces, and we're going to put in our cloves of garlic, and then our salt and pepper. All of our ingredients are in here except for the olive oil. You wait on that. I think that should do it. We're going to go ahead and drizzle in some of our olive oil. Another quick hit. Pesto's mixed. That is phenomenal. Absolutely delicious. This goes well, obviously, on pasta, any kind of meat. So good. It's ready to top dinner with today. But if you let it sit till tomorrow, it's going to be even better. To start our sauce, we got 84 ounces of cored whole tomatoes from a can. So this may look like an elaborate setup, but what we're doing here, we're basically taking my family's recipe for great pasta sauce and loading it up with all the meat you possibly can, because why not? We got some beef short ribs here, and then just to add more, I've got some boneless short ribs we have from that video we did where we broke down a chuck roll a few weeks ago. We've got those country style ribs we just cut. We've got some homemade hot Italian, and we supplemented with a little store-bought. And then we're going to get our chicken cutlets going once our sauce is already on its way. Just going to get a quick braise. We're not cooking them all the way here. And then into the sauce. That raw meat cooking into the sauce gives it a lot of flavor. Before we add our sausage, we're going to add some more sauce. Just got a can of pureed tomato and a can of crushed. I'm a little concerned. I don't know if we got enough meat in here, but we're going to go forward anyway. I'm going to add 2 more cans of crushed tomatoes. Just going to add a couple of seasonings in. Always put in some bay leaves, just a handful. A little bit of olive oil in there. Probably add some more later on. And same thing with some Parmesan. Throw a little bit now and a lot at the end. That smells beautiful. Still got a long way to go though. First thing I'm going to do for our cutlets, crack some eggs, create an egg wash to get them in. That way our breading sticks. Before I actually get started. Just get those nice and evenly whisked up. So we've got about 1.5 cans of breadcrumbs. You add in a good amount of Parmesan cheese. If you do too much, it'll burn when you go to fry it. Put in some oregano or some Italian seasoning if you prefer. Just a tiny bit of garlic. Don't need to do too much. We're already going to have a seasoned sauce with it. And just get that good and thoroughly mixed. Some people do this with tongs or a fork. I just like doing it with hands, key to that. You have your wet hand, get it in the egg wash. When you drop in your breadcrumbs, get your dry hand. Got our chicken breaded. Got some olive oil in here. It's got a low smoke point, so you can't cook it too hot. We got it set a little below 400. We're going to go ahead and fry these up. And when you're cooking them, you got to try them. So crispy. So flavorful. This is good as is. Add a little lemon. It really sets it off. You can put your tomato sauce on it. You could hit it with a bunch of parm, then tomato sauce. It's a really good chicken parmesan. We're gonna put some pesto on it. Makes great chicken parmesan sandwiches. I mean, these are good cold leftover. This is just excellent no matter what you do. Chicken cutlets are finished. The sauce is on autopilot. Just needs a few hours to get fully cooked. You may wanna relax and make yourself a snack in the meantime. So we've let this cook a little over 5 hours at this point. And it's starting to get to the proper consistency, and look how it should. It's about done. So you have the meat that has broken up the right amount. You still got some big chunks in there that are just going to be super soft to bite into. The bones are just about falling out of the meat, anywhere there was bone. Let's see if I can find one of them. That's what it's supposed to look like. The meat actually needs to shred. It needs to reach 190 degrees internal. Let's see, one of these bones here. And then it'll start shredding apart, and you have to let it sit there for probably over an hour. So yeah, the bones are just bones now. They've come completely off the meat. That's what you're looking for. There's gonna be a lot of flavor in there. All right, food's ready. We made our pasta. We're gonna try a little bit with the pesto. We're gonna try a little bit with the tomato sauce. We've got our chicken cutlet, also with both sauces. We put a little Parmesan on there, a little extra. Got our homemade Italian sausage. We're gonna give it all a shot. So first I'll try this pesto pasta. That is amazing. That pesto is so flavorful. I know you could buy a can of pesto at the store. I promise it's nothing like this. This tastes fresh. It's very bold. It's not for the faint of heart. It's great on any protein, bread, pasta, any of that. It's fantastic. It's gonna be tough to beat. Let's try the other pasta with tomato sauce, with all that meat in there, cooked all day. I'm biased. I grew up loving this. I gotta say that's my favorite. A lot of you are gonna like the pesto better, to be honest, but for me, almost nothing beats that. That's everything I want right there. Nothing beats that. All right, let's try some of this beef here that cooked in that sauce. It's all nice and soft. The boneless beef short rib. Melt in your mouth, amazing. The acidity in that sauce, slow cooking it all day, that is perfection. Amazing. Do the pork. Amazing flavor, texture perfection. It's usually what you put in the sauce. Not everybody puts beef in, but the boldness of the beef, I think, adds a new level. Very good. Let's try the sausage. I said early on, this is a little extra kick. I made it that way on purpose. I wanted to give a little extra flavor to the sauces. So this is hot. Oh my, it's good though. Cooking in that sauce all day. Whoa, there it is. That heat comes late. Woo! Flavor's there, but that heat is there. So if you're a fan of hot sausage, not everybody makes their own sausage. You could always add to your sauce. You can throw in a lot more red pepper if you want. Man, I'm starting to sweat. That was tasty, but that was hot. Let's cool it down with a little bit of this pesto chicken. I already ate a cutlet earlier today. It was amazing, but I didn't have any sauce on it, so see how this does. Outstanding. Outstanding. I mean, I already described the pesto to you. Now imagine your crispy, crunchy, juicy in the middle chicken. With that, so good. Let's try it with the red sauce. Again, I'm biased. That red sauce, that's my favorite thing. Well guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching.